What's up everyone? We're back with another team tour recap. We're in the playoffs today. Out of 18 teams we are considered to be top 8, therefore we get a chance at playoffs, therefore we get a chance of winning. That is the good news. The bad news is that unfortunately right now we are considered to be the 8th best team, and even worse, our opponent is considered to be the 2nd best team, Baku Baddies, consisting of players such as FBL, LGTYQZ, who we actually get to face in last season I believe, Banana, Unknown, who is another person that I got to face last season, so a lot of familiar faces. Then we have Withered, Fernanch, who is going to be my opponent for today, and also yet another person that I got to face last season. So a lot of people that are kind of considered to be my rivals. And then we also have Dayton in the final position. So yeah, me and Fernanch, I believe we played last season on the Unicorn pack specifically. Now he has freedom to go over his Turtle pack for every single game, whereas I have to play every single game on a other pack. So as you can see right here, I played Turtle pack down below. The second game is Puppy pack, and this game that I'm about to show off right now, which I'm very proud of actually, is going to be the Unicorn pack game. I'm going to be explaining everything I do step by step. Here are the 3 best pets you want to be picking up in Unicorn pack, the Mermail being the clear number 1, then we have the Bunyip, which is I believe the number 2 best unit, and also the Axe Handle Hound, which is top 3. So here we go, we have a relatively decent start. We don't have the money to pick up all 3 pets on this turn, which is something you typically want to do in all of the other packs, but I believe this is good enough. The Bunyip is going to have 4 HP because we actually rolled so much, and it will result in a draw, which is absolutely perfect for us. We want to be drawing and winning as much as possible. Anything but a loss is super acceptable. And here we go, now we pick up 2 more pets. Now we have a 4 squad, and now unfortunately we do find double Mermail, which is incredible, but we are 1 gold short. Therefore we have to sell the Bunyip for the triple. So now we have 2 of each. I'll level up next turn. I combine like this because I think it makes us a little bit weaker. We are trying to throw, otherwise we are giving our opponent Fernanch some snail value. Unfortunately, Axe Handle Hound is horrible for drawing, so we end up winning, which is actively bad for us. Not only do we not get to drain a heart, we also get to give them snail value, which is horrible. But at least this level up is relatively good. Both of these selections are actually super decent. This is like the Ox of Unicorn pack, getting some melon and attack. And this is like the Kangaroo on steroids, getting some extra stats for every single level that we have on the pet in front of it. So it can be like a leveled up Kangaroo, which is incredible, so we take that. And here we actually find a level up, which I believe we will take on this turn, because it does give us some extra stats onto the Mermail, which I think for this turn we might actually desperately need. We also level up into a Skeleton Dog, which is basically the giraffe of this pack, so a lot of good pets we have managed to find, but unfortunately Fernanch as well got some pretty good pets. And as you can see, not only did he utilize the snail value that we gave him on the last turn, but we also find a dolphin, which is perhaps the worst tier 3 for us to see on his team, because now it will snipe the Minotaur every single time, which is a little bit unfortunate. And yeah, now we get to place some stats onto the team in the Skeleton Dog and the Mermail. And here I think I'd consider the Wow Chicken for a second, but I think weakness is going to be horrible for all of these units that we have. Typically you want to be finding Ogo Pogo so we can boost its attack up, therefore the Wow Chicken freeze. But unfortunately this game we were quite unlucky, no Ogo Pogo, and I believe it's going to stay like that for the rest of the game. Here I think I am going to roll twice. And we have a Mermail almost ready to go for next turn. Here I think we were most likely losing even if we do pick it up. And as you can see, our opponent also picking up a snail, which is absolutely horrible for us. Not a snail, sorry, a hedgehog, but he did also pick up another snail. Hedgehog is horrible because as you can see we have a super low amount of stats and he can utilize that very well. He can also place garlic on his unit so that the hedgehog snipes are not super detrimental to him, only to us. So yeah, this is looking horrible so far. And the worst thing is that all of this is out of our control. We could not have done a single thing to prevent this. But I think I start to play around his build a little bit with this Mandrake. Look at the ability of it. Make one tier 2 or lower faint enemy dazed, and what dazed does is it prevents the ability from activating. So that is absolutely perfect for his hedgehog, and not only that, it will also remove the meat bone that it has, so not only is it dealing less damage with its ability, it will also be dealing less damage by the sheer fact that it does not have a meat bow anymore. So here we go, we take that. We are going to hopefully win this time. We do have a level up on the Mermail, which is absolutely incredible. But unfortunately, our opponent picks up yet another hedgehog. So now he has 4 damage in total to my team and his team as well, but he doesn't really care because of the garlics. And as you can see, my team, like the only unit that has more than 4 HP is the Mermail, which is a little bit pathetic to say, but it's fine. So we will try to work on that a little bit, and therefore we are going to pick up the porridge on the Minotaur. I think this play was a little bit not well accepted by the community when they were seeing me do that. The reason for me doing this is so I can boost the attack of the Minotaur now, and now the HP is going to be the lower stat, therefore another porridge will boost me to above 5 HP, which is going to be very good for us. Here I take a level up on the Mandrake, which is actually going to be super good with the Mermail. Mermail in battle is going to be level 3, therefore getting plus 3 plus 6. I think that play was missed by some of the community. I was a little bit criticized for this, but I like it quite a bit. Most people wanted me to go separate Mandrake so I can debuff both of the hedgehogs and prevent both of their abilities from activating. But honestly, I think even that would not have won, and this would be giving me better chances. But unfortunately, as you can see right here, my opponent on top of everything picks up a deer. So he's playing super tempo with the deer, with the hedgehog, with the double dolphins, snipes galore, damage galore. And even though we have a pretty beefy Mermail, you can see it's not good enough. Maybe with better positioning it could have been, maybe that was my mistake. But yeah, things are not looking super good for us. Here we are going to take a unicorn because its ability gives HP, which we super desperately need. And we are going to roll for a wall chicken. If we don't find it, then we're just not going to pick up the unicorn, therefore the freeze rolling. But we do find a wall chicken, so we are going to purchase it onto the Minotaur. Once again, we're trying to boost it to above 4 HP. Currently it is at 4 precisely, which is a little bit bad. The dolphin's abilities deal 4 damage, and also the deer's ability deals 5 damage, so super difficult to come back from this. Our opponent playing this perfectly well, but I think we are doing relatively well ourselves if we manage to stabilize. We still have the stats on the Mermail from the Mandrake leveling up, but as you can see, this build is absolutely horrific for us. Deer plus parrot plus shark, like all 5 of these pets are absolute counters to Unicorn Pack, and he manages to find all 5 of them, which is horrible. You can see it's not even close. Even if we did take out the dolphin, he had like an 8 HP 12 attack shark at the back, which is super sad to see. But this is where we start making our comeback, and you can see right here, because of the Minotaur that we get to level up in fight, we're actually now going to stand a chance because this Minotaur is going to scale like crazy. You'll see what I mean right now when we hop into battle. Meanwhile, we are preparing for a rock level up potentially, because that is also a good pet we can employ onto the team. And look at this, this is actually so funny. Deer, parrot, shark. So he has massive summons and then a big unit at the back to clean up. But just look at what happens. We get the stats on the Mermail, and now because the Mermail is level 3, it gives massive amounts of stats to the Minotaur at the back. And all of a sudden we're starting to win quite dominantly even. So the comeback begins now. It's always a little bit scary to continue playing like this, however, because he can at any time pick up a Scorpion. For which reason we take this Pandora's box right here, which you can see by the ability. It gives all pets random perks and ailments. So as you can probably guess, it's a super chaotic toy. But we don't have any useful perks on our team to begin with, and it does counter the peanut from the Scorpion quite nicely, so I think it was a decent play. We also have the choice of an evil book, which can potentially wipe out his entire team, and that can be pretty good for us as well. But I did not like that because, as you can see, a deer, parrot, at the end of the day, even if we do wipe him, he's going to be summoning 4 buses, so that does not guarantee us a victory, sadly. So we take the Pandora's box instead. We're considering the werewolf because next turn it will double its stats. And even now it's a 7-7, which is a very good stat line to have. But let's see how we do right here. He picks up level 2 parrot with a mammoth, and then he also has deer, turtle, shark, which is absolutely horrific. The selection of useful abilities and perks that we have isn't the best even, which is a little sad, but we should be good enough for a win. That was kind of scary. Like, if I got dazed on the Minotaur or the Mermail, I think I would have lost right there, but it's fine. We never get that because we're the luckiest person alive. And you can see by luckiest person alive what I mean. Double Minotaur plus chocolate in the shop, which means that all of a sudden from level 2 we get it up to level 3 in fight. We even have a choice to pick up a Mandrake level up if we want to, but I choose not to get it because it will be super useful to level up mid-fight and give the Mermail stats every single turn. Now we also get to double the stat line of the werewolf, so that can be quite useful. For that reason we put it 3rd position. We also want to dilute the snipes of the rock, so therefore we get more snipes with less attack, which is going to be good for us, as you can see by the low HP of the opponent. And yeah, look at this, look at the amount of stats that we generate, 50-50 Minotaur, and it's no big deal for us to win. So all of a sudden we were dominated super hard the entire game, and now we are trying to stabilize and we're even quite easily winning. And now I am looking for only a single thing. Let me open up the shop right here. Can you guess what I am looking for? It is the team spirit. I put out a video on it yesterday, I believe. Super good pet when you have multiple level ups happening at the start of battle because it gives you an insane amount of stats. And for our team especially, I think it's very good to have multiple units statted up because at this point we only have a big Mermail and a big Minotaur. So if our opponent picks up double Scorpion, we are going to be losing, which is super unfortunate. We're still on the brink of destruction. But I think at one point I am going to settle with the fact that we are not finding a single team spirit, and I will instead pick up this Phoenix. The werewolf has done its job, it got to double its stat line, now it is turn 11 so it won't do that anymore, so we take the Phoenix instead, which is a quite nice counter to summon teams, which our opponent is very obviously running. He's getting super lucky, by the way. Take a look at this, level 2 snake on turn 11, a fly on turn 11, a shark, level 2 parrot. Thankfully we have this Mandrake to neuter the deer, otherwise it would have been horribly unlucky for us. And even the snipes of the snake are relatively decent. Like hitting the Minotaur I think is the worst thing that could have happened. But even then, with double hit on the Minotaur, we are strong enough to win a little easy. So here we go, now he's down to 2 hearts. We are going to continue putting on the pressure. Once again, I am looking for Team Spirit. I even think over the Rock or the Mandrake, a Team Spirit would be better. So we are freezing this equipment all for the Team Spirit. But if we don't find it, we're just going to take it onto the Phoenix. Level 2 Phoenix, super good. It doubles the stat line of the young Phoenix. It gives more crisp to the enemy. And it will also give some stats to the Mermail via the level up, which is always nice to see. We're going to continue playing. Hopefully this time we don't get countered. It's starting to look quite scary. Still no Scorpion on the opponent, which is absolutely lovely to see. And we almost get the 50-50, but not quite. But it doesn't matter because we end up winning once again. So now we're down to 1 heart versus 1 heart, lethal versus lethal. I keep rolling for the Team Spirit, but it will not grace me with its presence. Instead we get this bad dog, which I think I will even ignore. But here we go. I take a level up right here on the Rock because I thought, honestly, this was going to be the last round, so I didn't even need to get the level mid-fight. And also, I was looking for a Team Spirit via the level up because I think that is an automatic win for us. Instead, we get 2 units that we don't really need. Manticore could have been good with the Phoenix, but I think Phoenix is already doing a pretty good job. Taking out the Turtle, taking out the Parrot. Leaving the Fly down to 1 HP or the Snake down to 2, I think is good enough. But yeah, we were looking for the Team Spirit, we did not manage to find it. These chocolates remain frozen for a potential Team Spirit if one ever decides to find us. But here we go, the Scorpion has finally appeared. My foreshadowing has come to fruition right here. And we get to suffer. Do you think it will be a loss even though we get completely countered? Actually, the young Phoenix saves us from complete annihilation and we end up drawing, which is a little sad. Now we don't get the Rock level up mid-fight, and we also know they have a Scorpion, which is never good news. But we have one final turn to find the Team Spirit. Will we do it? Will we do it? Will we do it? Apparently no. But what we do find is a bad dog, so now we can even replace the peanut of the Scorpion with something random. We are taking Pandora's box again, even though once again we could have taken the great one. It's fine though. We take this Cerberus right here because it synergizes with the Minotaur. And now it's up to the RNG gods to decide who wins. If he gets better equipment than me, he just wins, otherwise I win. But in any case, it will be quite the fun final fight, so let's watch it. Perhaps in slow motion if I manage to slow the game down. We rewind. Let's take this a little slow. Take 5 level ups, or 4 level ups rather, in the start of battle. We replace the peanut of the Scorpion with salt, which is a complete downgrade. We get to put dazed on the Parrot, which is amazing to see. Farming some of the flies for extra stats on the Minotaur, and from here on out it's going to be easy pickings. I think we even get to put a dock right here to give some buffs to the Minotaur once again. Unfortunately it only feeds the chili, so it's not too good, but we should be good enough for an easy win. And if that wasn't enough, you can see even right at the back we have popcorn onto the Mandrake and then pepper onto the Phoenix, so it was a guaranteed win. So yeah, super satisfying. To me this felt like the impossible unicorn pack win. And who needs Team Spirit when you have like Mandrake and Cerberus? So yeah, super fun game, and thankfully it resulted in a win on the entire set. I believe I won 4 games to Fernandes too. And not only that, our entire team won the set for the week, so we beat the second best team and we are moving on to the semifinals. Violet Citizen, Jiggy, me and Drazy all managed to snatch some victories. Therefore, the rest of our teammates don't even need to play, and as it stands, I believe Damon just gave up the right to play the set because he didn't want to. He doesn't need to either, he can preserve his energy for the semifinals and the finals. Ambo got absolutely destroyed by FBL, but I think that's a given because FBL is pretty good. And we even have Banana versus Scotty, who haven't played yet, but they don't even need to because we win by default. So yeah, we're moving on to the semifinals. Our final opponent has not been decided yet, but it will most likely be Hot Mary Dvorgan Senior Area, which is super fun to say as a name. And yeah, I will keep you updated next week as well with the team tour. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, sub, do all the generic stuff, and I will talk to you next time. Take care.